In the ancient Hebrew calendar, there is a month that holds extraordinary significance, a month of beginnings, of miracles, and of divine purpose. That month is Nisan. Welcome to this exploration of the Hebrew month of Nisan, the very first month of the biblical year, and a season that has shaped the course of history itself. Nisan falls during the spring, typically overlapping with March and April on the Gregorian calendar. But this is far more than just a date on a calendar. In the book of Exodus, God declared to Moses and Aaron, "This month shall be the beginning of months for you. It shall be the first month of the year to you." With those words, Nisan became the starting point of sacred time, the month from which all other months are counted. Every Hebrew month is associated with a letter from the Hebrew alphabet, and for Nisan, that letter is He. He is a deeply spiritual letter. It appears twice in the sacred name of God, and it carries the meaning of breath, wind, and spirit. When God changed Abram's name to Abraham, he inserted the letter He, breathing new identity and destiny into his life. In the same way, Nisan is a month where God breathes fresh life and purpose into his people. The letter He also represents a window, symbolizing divine revelation and the ability to see things from heaven's perspective. The constellation associated with Nisan is Aries, the ram. This is profoundly symbolic. The ram points us back to the story of Abraham and Isaac on Mount Moriah, where God provided a ram caught in the thicket as a substitute sacrifice. It also connects to the Passover lamb, the centerpiece of Nisan's most important observance. In ancient times, the lamb was selected on the 10th of Nisan and kept until the 14th, when it was sacrificed. The blood of the lamb marked the doorposts of the Israelites, and the angel of death passed over their homes. The ram of Aries reminds us that God is our provider and our protector. Nisan is often called the month of firsts, and for good reason. It is packed with landmark moments in biblical history, day by day. On Nisan 1, the tabernacle was erected for the very first time, and it was on this day that God first spoke to Moses about the sacred calendar. On Nisan 10, the Passover lamb was selected and set apart, and centuries later, Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey, fulfilling the prophecy of the coming king. On Nisan 14, the Passover lamb was sacrificed, and on that same date, Jesus was crucified as our Passover lamb after sharing the Last Supper with his disciples. On Nisan 15, the Israelites left Egypt, and the festival of unleavened bread began. Time and again, this month has been the setting for God's most dramatic interventions in human history. Nisan teaches us that God is a God of new beginnings, and he delights in doing something unprecedented. Perhaps the most remarkable event connected to Nisan is the Feast of First Fruits, celebrated on Nisan 17. This feast was an offering of the very first harvest to the Lord, an act of faith declaring that the rest of the harvest would follow. But the significance goes far deeper. It was on Nisan 17 that the Ark of Noah came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, signaling new life after the flood. And most profoundly, it was on Nisan 17 that Jesus rose from the dead, becoming the ultimate first fruit. The Apostle Paul wrote, "But now Christ has been raised from the dead, the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep." The tribe of Judah led the way through the wilderness, and Jesus, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, leads us through death into everlasting life. So what does all of this mean for you today? Nisan is an invitation. It is a call to step into something new. Just as God breathed life into Abraham through the letter He, he wants to breathe fresh vision and purpose into your life. Just as the Passover lamb brought deliverance, Jesus, our Passover lamb, offers freedom from every chain that binds you. This is a month to let go of the old and embrace the new, to plant seeds of faith, knowing that God will bring the harvest, to open the window of your heart and see your life from heaven's perspective. As we close, remember this. Nisan is not just a chapter in an ancient calendar. It is a living, breathing invitation from God himself. A month of firsts, a month of miracles, and a month of new beginnings. Whatever season you find yourself in, know that the God of Nisan is the God of your story too. He is making all things new. Step forward in faith. Your Nisan moment is here.